All right, guys, prepare to have your mind completely blown here. You might need to go get some popcorn. This is going to be a long one. So yesterday I decoded the Milwaukee Brewers to defeat the St. Louis Cardinals, and this is my code. Enjoy. St. Louis come into this game with a 17-match winning streak, and I think it ends today. If this hits, it will be one of my greatest decodes. I like Brewers to win at minus 106. So Milwaukee won this game 4-0. Cardinals' 17-match winning streak is over. And check out this code, guys. So St. Louis Cardinals, they dropped to 88 and 70 for the season, like 887. And 887 is the 154th prime. The Society of Jesus, who I talk about all the time, the religious order, they were founded in 1540, like 154. The date of this game was 9/29. We were told Derek Chauvin knelt on George Floyd for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. As you can see here, former officer knelt on George Floyd for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. So this game took place on 9/29, and it was heavily connected to George Floyd. The game was played on 79 date numerology, as you can see here. And look how it was 1 year, 4 months and 4 days after George Floyd supposedly died. We're told George Floyd died 5/25/2020. Okay? 5/25/2020. And this game was 1 year, 4 months and 4 days after his so-called death. And Jesuit order gets you 144. But in regards to the 79 date numerology, Society of Jesus gets you 79, guys. As you can see here. And we're told that George Floyd died in 2020, like 22, on a day leaving 220 days left in the year, like 22. Guys, he didn't even die, like I called from day one. The anniversary of his death was 18 weeks and 1 day ago. Okay, the most recent anniversary of his death, May the 25th, 2021. 18 weeks and 1 day ago. And the St. Louis mayor, of course, this game involved the St. Louis Cardinals and was played in St. Louis. The St. Louis mayor was 18,100 days old the day of this game, like 181. And 181 is the 42nd prime number. 42 is a huge number with the Jesuits and with the Masons. Jesuit gets you 42. Freemason gets you 42. Recently, guys, do you remember when the Lakers beat the Heat 4-2? And then we had the Dodgers win the World Series 4-2. And we had Tampa Bay Rays win 4-2. And the World Cup final finished 4-2. It's because it's the Freemasons and the Jesuits that run professional sports. And if you look, 18 weeks and 1 day is 4 months and 4 days, like 44. And we're told that George Floyd was killed by a police officer. Kill gets you 44. But George Floyd is heavily connected to Martin Luther King. Of course, they've got the whole connections with the civil rights movement. Again, they repeat history. Martin Luther King was a communist. He wasn't for the people at all. And George Floyd, that was just a huge psyop. Everything about it was a psyop and a lie. So when did MLK supposedly die, guys? He supposedly died on 4/4, assassinated April the 4th, 1968. Of course he was. 4/4. And the time between the most recent anniversary of George Floyd dying, guys, 4 months and 4 days, like 4-4, like how MLK died on 4-4 and the word kill gets you 44. All ritualistic, all by the numbers. And MLK died on 4-4, okay? And his most recent death anniversary, April the 4th, 2021. 5 months and 25 days ago. And we're told that George Floyd died on 5-25. Guys, can you see what I'm seeing here? Can you see what I am seeing? And George Floyd was supposedly born on 10-14, like 114. And Martin Luther King Jr. gets you 114 in gematria. Of course it does. It's outrageous how it's all connected. The Brewers got their 95th win of the season. Look into Martin Luther's 95 Theses, and also Martin Luther King supposedly died on April the 4th, 1968. On the 95th day of the year, on 95 date numerology pure, and the Brewers get their 95th win of the season. This is undeniable stuff. Simply undeniable stuff. And when did Ronaldo get his winning goal yesterday in the 95th minute? Because they sync up all these sports, which I've said for over a year. Milwaukee got their 1,873rd all-time win on the road. And 1873, guys, is the 287th prime. And we're told that George Floyd was born on October the 14th, 1973. October the 14th, 1973. The 287th day of the year. And Milwaukee get their 1,873rd all-time win on the road. And 1873 is the 287th prime. George Floyd born on the 287th day of the year, supposedly. But very likely he wasn't, because we get lied to all the time. Look at these 106s. Cardinals stayed on 106 home wins versus Milwaukee. The Milwaukee pitcher, guys, Adrian Hauser, he became 10-6 for the season, like 106. My word. My word. Black Lives Matter gets you 106 in gematria. The Jesuits came up with this whole psyop, guys. Black Lives Matter 106. George Floyd's final words, supposedly. I can't breathe 106. Seeing people walk in the streets with I can't breathe t-shirts on. Pathetic. Under mind control. Need to learn this knowledge. And check this out. There's exactly 106 weeks between the coach's birth dates. Craig Counsell, the coach of the Brewers, born August the 21st, 1970. August the 21st, 1970. And then we have the head coach for the Cardinals, born August the 9th, 1968. Yes, born in 68, the year where we're told Martin Luther King was assassinated. But we'll type in his day of birth here, August the 9th, 1968. August the 9th, 1968. Exactly 106 weeks between their birth dates. I can't breathe. I couldn't breathe when I saw that, to be honest. I can't breathe at 106, like I said. Black Lives Matter. 106. We've been fooled. Black Lives Matter 56. Society of Jesus behind the movement. Funding it with George Soros. 56. Outrageous, guys. And why do you think the Brewers were minus 106 to win? The mockery shows you guys that they even mock us with the odds, or they give away clues with the odds. The Brewers got their 93rd all-time away win versus the Cardinals. This game was played on a day leaving 93 days left in the year. I've discussed 93 heavily in my decodes. And the pitcher for the Cardinals was Mlk. This guy here, Mlk, turn those M sideways, you get 33. He's 33 years old. Stayed on 33 career wins. Masonry gets you 33. But when you put in Mlk, you get the interesting number of 93. And just to show you how rigged it all is, look at the hits. Milwaukee with 9 hits, the Cardinals with 3. They even rig how many hits these teams have. George Perry Floyd. His name is a joke. George Perry Floyd, 201.69. The Jesuit order are the people who gave him that name, and the Jesuit order gets you 201.69. But George Perry Floyd gets you the 231. Just know that 231, by the way, is the 21st try. Jesuits 21. Jesuit order's 201. George Perry Floyd is 201. But the 231 is big because the Cardinals stayed on 231 all-time wins versus the Brewers, and the St. Louis Mayor was installed 23 weeks and 1 day before this game. This was the Cardinals' 10,077th all-time game, like 177. And Milwaukee got their 177th all-time win versus the Cardinals. And guys, exactly 177 weeks between the pitchers' MLB debuts. Miles Mikolas made his MLB debut 5/5/2012. 5/5. We just had Ronaldo making it 5 goals in 5 games for Man United. So 5/5/2012. And Hauser made his debut 9/26/2015. 9/26/2015. The span between their debuts, guys, 177 weeks exact. The Jesuit order gets you 177, guys. This is pure perfection, as you can see here. And the Brewers pitcher, he got his 17th career win. And the Cardinals' winning streak ended at 17. And Freemasonry was established in 1717. So the Cardinals stayed on 10,046 wins versus the NL. Like 146. 146. And we're told George Floyd died on the 146th day of the year, guys. Can you see how perfect this ritual is? We're told that he died on 5/25/2020, the 146th day of the year. My word, mind-blowing stuff. George Perry Floyd Jr., they had to give him the junior, just like Martin Luther King. And what do we get here? George Perry Floyd Jr. You get 229. And 229, guys, is the 50th prime. And the Brewers, the Milwaukee Brewers, got their 50th away win of the season. And also notice how George Perry Floyd Jr. gets you 112. And the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. They're running the show, guys, and we need to take them down. And also, George Floyd's most recent birthday, guys, 10/14/2020. And from his most recent birthday to this game, 50 weeks exact. And the Brewers get their 50th away win of the season. And like I said, the game was played on 929. 929 is the 158th prime. This was the Brewers' 158th game of the season. It was also the Cardinals' 158th game of the season. The Society of Jesus were formed on 15/8, the 15th of August. And that is why Freemasonry gets you 158. Because the Society of Jesus and the Masons are connected. And the Society of Jesus were founded on 15/8, the 15th of August. And the Cardinals got their 34th home loss of the season, as you can see here. And Freemasonry was established 304 years ago in 1717. And 17 plus 17 gets you 34. That's why I said streak ends at 17 wins, question mark. Yes, it did end at 17 wins. Now check this out. Tell me if this is a coincidence. The Cardinals pitcher made his MLB debut 3,434 days before the game. Double 34. Okay? Cardinals pitcher, this guy, Miles Mikolas, definitely a Mason. 5/5, 2012. Okay? 5/5, 2012. His MLB debut from the game. 3-4, 3-4. 3,434 days, guys. And you have the Cardinals getting their 34th home loss of the season. Freemasonry gets you the 139. And Craig Counsell, the head coach of the Brewers, he also gets you 139. Definitely a Freemason. And 139 is, of course, the 34th prime. And I'll say it again, the Cardinals got their 34th home loss of the season. The game was 6 years and 3 days from Milwaukee pitcher's MLB debut. So he made his debut, guys, 9/26, 2015. And if you put 9/26, 2015, 6 years and 3 days. 6 years and 3 days. And Milwaukee stayed on 63 losses for the season. Martin Luther King gave his I Have a Dream speech in 1963. And also, the recent anniversary of the Society of Jesus being founded was 6 weeks and 3 days before the game. So the recent anniversary of them being founded, 8/15/2021, 6 weeks and 3 days. And look, 1 month and 14 days, like how George Floyd was born on 10/14 and Martin Luther King Jr. gets you 114. But 6 weeks and 3 days. Can you believe this stuff? I can. Because I've witnessed it so often now. Cardinals gets you 63 as well, for the cherry on the cake. But there's more, guys. This is a long decode. The Cardinals coach got his 197th career loss, 197. And you have Craig Counsell, the Brewers coach, born 1970, like 197. And why is the 197 important? Because 197, guys, 197 is the 45th prime. 197 is the 45th prime. Look at this. The most recent anniversary of the Society of Jesus was 45 days before this game. And just know, ritual, this was a huge ritual, like all these games, but some are bigger than others. Ritual gets you 45. And Missouri's birthday is on 8/10. And the Brewers became 8-10 versus the Cardinals in 2021. And look, ritual gets you 81 in 2 ciphers. Brewers stayed on 27 away losses, as you can see here. Ritual gets you 27. But also, The St. Louis pitcher got his 27th career loss, as you can see here. And this game was 27 days before the World Series begins. Again, the World Series begins on 10/26, like 1/26 when Kobe died. The MLB season began on 4/1, April the 1st. Kobe Bryant equals 41. We're told he died at age 41, and the World Series ends on November the 3rd, like 1/13. Kobe Bryant 1/13. Drafted in round 1, 13th pick, like 1/13. The National Basketball Association 1/13. Again, this knowledge is amazing. Don't learn this stuff at school. The World Series, guys, begins on the 299th day of the year. The date of this game can be written 299, 29th of September. The MLB season began on the 91st day of the year. Milwaukee got their 91st away win versus St. Louis. And the Society of Jesus, guys, gets you 91. As you can see here. Almost done. The Brewers coach got his 529th career win. 529. Significant, guys, because 529 square root is 23. 23 times 23 gets you 529. And the Cardinals pitcher, guys, he dropped to 2-3 for the season, like 23. Milwaukee pitcher wears the number 37 jersey. Of course he does. Milwaukee 37. And in gematria, Milwaukee gets you 37. Wednesday also gets you 37. So what a perfect picture for Milwaukee on Wednesday, eh? The Cardinals stayed on 967 home wins in September. And 967 is the 163rd prime. And 163 is the 38th prime. And the Cardinals got their 38th loss on 929. The Brewers got their 47th win of the season versus the NL Central. And they got that 47th win against St. Louis. And St. Louis gets you 47. Cardinals got their 407th loss versus the NL Central at home, like 47. Head coach of St. Louis, Mike Shildt, his name gets you 47. Perfect coach for St. Louis, as you can see here. 47 degrees on the Freemasonic compass. Vatican gets you 47, as does Francis. And finally, the game was played on 43 date numerology, as you can see here. 43 is the 14th prime. Pope Francis born on a day, leaving 14 days left in the year. St. Louis stayed on 43 home wins. This decode is absolutely beautiful.